Hello and welcome to another Pendragon Straight Talk. This week's question is quite an interesting one to most companies. Cash flow. How do I cope with cash flow? Well, how do I think we should cope with cash flow? Cash flow, as we know, is the lifeline of most businesses. If you can't get the cash in, you can't pay the bills pile up, you owe money. If you have to borrow money to pay staff or bills, then obviously that becomes a costly thing. So to get your money in is very important. So we normally dedicate, or I'd suggest you dedicate someone or some time to chasing outstanding payments, even if you put that to a third party outsourcing. If people aren't paying you correctly, I find sending a letter of demand tends to wake them up. And it's a good idea to talk to a lawyer, get yourself a really good lawyer because up front, because you can get them to write you a letter of demand, and then you can use that continually for a while. And if required, you can ask them how or what they would charge to chase money for you if you need their services. The other one is debt collectors. Debt collectors do work. We've used debt collectors 9 times out of 10. Just the fact that debt collectors contact them makes them pay. Yes, this costs some money, but at least you're getting your cash flow in, or some of the cash flow, rather than nothing. You bring these people in obviously after a period of time, so do your own stuff first. The other way to look at it is to get your invoices paid by a factoring or cash flow company. They are out there, you pay them a percentage, and they pay around about 80% of your invoice. And so you at least got some money to pay either salaries, if that's the important thing, or to pay some of your own suppliers, because sometimes you're in the middle of the whole thing. In regards to running contractors, then cash flow you've got to find a way of cash flowing it. It's definitely worth looking at outsourcing that to a third party and at least getting 80% of that invoice paid so that you can pay your contractors and keep them happy. We tend to work with all of the above. We tend to work with different bits of it for different reasons. However, the main thing we find is that we work with our clients, our regular clients, to get them to understand why they should pay us promptly. And if required, we actually suggest that we then use other clients, because I know that's a bit hard to do sometimes, but obviously if you've got someone who's just not paying you, then try and look elsewhere to work with a client rather than that particular client. Obviously, they always say cash is king, and it is true, it still is now. Cash flow is the most important thing for most companies, and you've just got to look at the best way to get it. But my advice is to have someone constantly ringing up and chasing your invoices, either for you rather than yourself if you don't want to do it, or outsource it to a third party. And once you've got that cash flow moving in, then life becomes a lot easier and the week goes quicker. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next week.